We sound so stupid. But also we sound beautiful. You know?
Listen,
it's okay if a girl sounds stupid if she's also beautiful.
Girls can be beautiful and stupid, okay? I think this channel proves that.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome to the Kitchen and Jorn Show.
Welcome to the Kitchen and Jorn Show, as Jen just said.
And you just heard.
Yeah.
Thanks to Factor for sponsoring this video. You'll hear more about them a little bit later. On this episode of the Kitchen and Jorn Show, Kristin and I are trying something new, which is we are trying all the prepared soups and porridges from H-MART, which is a Korean grocery store. There are several in Los Angeles County.
Obviously, neither of us is Korean.
Yes.
But a lot of you have been like, hey, go to like local Asian markets and like try the foods they have there.
As per usual, when Kristin and I rate the food, we rate it on a scale of just okay, pretty good, really great. If you absolutely suck,
Your penalty box bad.
and if Kristin and I disagree,
It goes in the fight box. And I fought really long and hard about whether or not the fight box would be something that would exist in like a post-prison society. Because really, if you think about it, the fight box is a prison for foods that really haven't met their full potential. And as a prison abolitionist, I feel strongly about the fact that we shouldn't imprison foods just because they suck a little shit.
and I think once we've done talking about all this shit sucking, we should eat some stuff.
Yeah, we should. Okay, let's go eat lunch. Oh my gosh.
It's lunch.
It's lunchtime with Factor.
Kristin, what is Factor?
Factor makes meeting your nutrition goals easier than ever by delivering fresh, never frozen, dietitian-approved meals directly to your doorstep.
Factor takes the stress out of meal planning and sets you up for success. No more grocery store runs, meal prepping, painstaking little slice and dice. None of that. When you work hard in your day-to-day life, mealtime sometimes needs to be simple, easy, and delicious. And so in my personal life, Factor has been a huge boon.
Factor's team of gourmet chefs create each meal using only ingredients with integrity.
That means you can feel good about what you're eating.
All day long.
With Factor, you can skip the overpriced takeout trap because Factor is cheaper and more delicious.
Head to factor75.com or click the link below and use code 50KitchenandJorn to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first Factor box.
What are you waiting for?
What are you waiting for? You should have lunch with us.
Should we finish our lunches and then I guess we should go back to the video?
We should go back to the video, but it's gonna take me a second because I'm gonna eat my lunch. What's happening? Oh, soup's happening.
Soup's happening.
Do you need help?
No, I got it.
Okay, I'm just really worried about what's about to happen here with regards to, yep, that. Oh, it's like, please don't splatter on my dress.
This is the spicy shredded beef and vegetable soup. We have bean sprouts, we got shredded beef, we got like a spicy little broth. Well, the nice thing about H-MART soups that I've noticed is that they give you a lot of vegetables, a lot of meat. They're hearty.
A lot of rich color. Oh, you started with a winner. You started with a winner.
I knew you would like this because you like kimchi and you like vinegar. And yeah, there's a lot of vegetables, there's a lot of flavor, garlic, soy.
It's very rich, very spicy, a lot of umami. Going into this video, I was very worried that I wasn't gonna like soups and that I would have to talk about how I don't like the soups on camera. I never want to talk about food that is like not like a part of my culture in a way that's like derogatory, but I do want to review the soup. And I will say the soup has like, basically it has everything. It's got spice, it's got hot, it's got beef.
It's salted correctly.
It's salted correct. Oh my God. You know how much freaking food I eat from Trader Joe's that isn't salted correctly?
A lot.
You know how much food I eat from Whole Foods that isn't salted correctly?
A lot.
All of it. All of it. It's salted correct. Oh my God. I didn't even realize that it was salted. Oh God, I'm so happy.
Taste-wise, I think this is really great.
This is really great. I agree. This is really great. We're kicking this off with a bang.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, hand me your bowl.
Yeah. Or we could do it by the stove.
No, this is more efficient, obviously, what we're doing. The beef and radish soup.
Ooh.
And there's like white radish, there's beef, there's green onions, garlic, jalapeno. The beef provides this meaty fattiness to it, and then you still get a little bit of the tang from the radish. By the naked eye, the broth seems thin, but it's actually a really full, deep broth with a big breath of flavor.
I'd say the broth is doing that thing where like you take a selfie from like up here and it's like, look how thin I am. But in reality, the selfie is like from down here where it's like, look how chins I am. That's what's happening with the broth. It's actually a full, it's a Reuben-esque broth. She's a curvy broth, okay?
We love our curvy broths.
I love my curvy broths. As a show of allyship, I have to love this soup, you know?
Curvy girls and curvy broths. broths gotta stick together. All right, well, also, I think the beef and radish soup is also really great.
I think it's really great too.
She's curvy. She's beautiful.
I should call her.
You should call her. And she'll be like, hello. And be
Sorry, I'm busy. I'm on a date with Post Malone. You're like, wow.
Okay.
The it couple of the century.
These soups are so cool.
Soups are cooler than us.
The next H-MART soup we are trying is the seafood seaweed soup. So there's seaweed, mussel, oysters, salt, and sesame oil, soy sauce, and garlic.
I'm a little afraid for this soup because I don't like seaweed.
I think if the seaweed is overpowering and it's the only thing you taste, we can defer to me.
Yeah.
Let's give it a shot.
You know,
I like it.
okay, it's not for me, but it's not bad. It's correctly salted. The flavors are very nuanced and interesting, and like, there's just a lot going on in this soup. It's just a very complex soup.
I like the earthiness and the saltiness of seaweed, so I do enjoy this broth. I taste the oysters, I taste the mussel. My big complaint is that I don't think there was enough seafood in this.
Yeah, like you can kind of see there's like a little bit of seafood like kind of hiding in the seaweed, which like, you know, it's a lot like the ocean. So
That's true.
it's true to nature.
You're willing to try things, which
Yeah.
is just something I love about you.
Yeah,
This is so cute.
Listen, oh, thank you. It's not my heaving bosom.
I had to check it out to be sure, but no, it's not the heaving bosom. But let me check again. Okay.
Goodbye.
I think the seafood seaweed soup, pretty good. Wish there was more meat.
Next soup.
Next soup. The dried pollock soup contains obviously pollock, onion, carrot, bean sprouts, jalapeno.
I can't stress enough how much more.
Sorry, I'm gonna sit down so you can talk.
I can't stress enough how much more beautiful these soups look in the bowl than they do in the plastic container.
This one, the overwhelming smell is the pollock. You're just
It's
getting
fish.
a fish. It's very fishy.
It's fish. It's not as fishy as I thought it would be.
It has a much stronger smell than it does taste. The taste is actually kind of light, and the texture of the fish is actually really nice. It's really flaky. It's something that would definitely like fill you up on a cold winter's day.
If you don't like fish, you're not gonna like the soup. But if you're like kind of half and half on fish, you will like the broth. The broth honestly is the star of the show here. There's a lot of kids hanging out in this particular pool, but you know, the water itself is the headliner.
Yeah.
So do you like how that metaphor was just like, was
straight line.
extremely disorganized? Yeah.
This is pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
This is pretty good, you know? I
It's
like
pretty
fish, and it's not bad. The next soup we are trying is the beef short rib soup with cabbage. There's actual like short rib in this.
That's a tall rib.
The broth is like really fatty and pretty thick.
I don't love this. I'm gonna tell you this right now.
What's kind of happening here is the meat is cooked well, and I think it's good quality meat. However, I don't think the flavors of the beef and the cabbage are sort of like mixing super well. When I bite in and get a fuller bite of the cabbage, it's sort of like overpowering and sour.
I think this would have been better with like a chicken or like a pork. I don't know. This isn't. This isn't for me. You know?
For some reason, when I'm tasting it, it almost tastes like hot jardiniere. Like there's something kind of weirdly Italian beef about this. Mostly because of the short rib. But
There's something very 2 a.m. at Shake Shack coded about this soup.
this is probably my least favorite of the soups we've had so far.
Same. Just okay.
It's just okay.
It's just okay.
It's just okay. We've had better.
Yeah, we've had better. Well,
Sorry, can I look at your boobs again? Having fun. The next soup we are trying is the solongtong or oxbone soup. So this is soup made from oxbone, like the brisket, different cuts of meat. The thing about oxbone soup is you're supposed to season it yourself with like salt and pepper, and then usually you would pour a bunch of green onions in. I forgot the green onions, so this is a little bit of a not true experience, forgive me.
I can't believe you did this to us.
I think with green onions, it elevates the soup to something even greater.
That's really good.
The flavor is really just derived from the salt, the pepper, the green onion, and then the depth of flavor from the beef and all the beef bones and beef parts.
This is basically melted bone marrow and melted fat is the best way I can describe this broth. I don't know if you know this, but fat tastes good. That's like basically my origin story. So like, you know, I relate to this soup and that sometimes I also feel like a bowl full of melted fat.
Tasty.
Delicious. Wow.
Sorry.
Wow.
If I'm not allowed to browse, then close the store.
I think personally it does need the green onions.
Mm-hmm.
I think that because it's so rich, you need that acid real bad.
Yeah, and that's my bad. I was supposed to get green onions so we could eat this properly.
And I'll blame you for that. For the
100%.
Yeah, I think the soup is pretty good.
With green onions, it might have been even better, but
Yeah,
I did
you know.
wrong, so we won't know.
We'll never know.
Next. This is the Korean bean paste and vegetable soup. This is a pretty hearty soup. There's tofu, there's a lot of vegetables, there's onion, there's enoki mushrooms, there's radish, there's obviously bean paste.
I'm shocked at how much I like this.
You do get sort of the richness of the soy, and then the vegetables are a really nice, kind of fragrant bite. The onion is really rich, and then the salt is perfect.
This broth is gorgeous. Honestly, my only thought on this soup is that some of the vegetables are a little tough to chew. They're like a little bit stringy, so like they kind of get caught in my teeth. I was like, I don't know. I was prepared to be like, not for me, but like for me. It was for me. It was for me. It had my name on it. It said Kristin bean soup. H-MART is selling Kristin bean soup now.
Yum.
For no reason. They're just like, why is this like random American on our fucking soup? It's selling terribly, I'll tell you that.
Sometimes I think vegetarian soups don't have enough flavor for me, but this is really flavorful.
I think it's really great.
I think it's really great too. This is the Korean bean paste soup, but with beef. So I think there's gonna be a little bit more of a meaty flavor.
It went down my boob.
I'll help you. I think it's working.
I actually don't like it as much as the other one. I think all the vegetables in the vegetable version kind of like, you know, it became like sort of an umami girl group.
Yeah.
Where it was like, we're getting together to make things taste kind of salty and savory and yum, 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 yum. That's their hit song. And I think that beef sort of tries to do everything on its own here. And it's not succeeding, okay? Beef is like that one girl that left the girl group.
She thought she was gonna be doing like big solo stuff, and she's releasing like Christmas singles with Michael Bublé.
This beef got too big for its britches. It thought it could do everything, but it can't, okay? It can't recreate the magic of all those vegetables just vibing together.
Yeah, there's a surprising lack of depth of flavor here.
This soup is just okay.
The soup's just okay. I like the vegetable version better.
We all did. You're not the only one grieving the soup we don't have right now.
Next, we are trying the red bean porridge. This is actually a savory red bean porridge. A lot of people eat it for breakfast, but you can really eat it at any time of day. We're currently eating it at 3:15 p.m. It's pretty much in the title, right? Like, it's just a very pureed bean soup. It's pretty thick. I do think it tastes good over rice, but yeah, if you're not into the texture or if you don't love red bean, you might not like this.
It's a red bean smoothie.
So texture-wise, I actually really like this. I like how grainy it is, which I know is probably controversial. You don't like the graininess?
I don't like graininess.
That's okay. To me, it's like a very comforting bowl of soup.
You know what? Honestly, it's bland. I find it to be bland. I feel like this is the only soup I think we've tried today where I was like bland.
I think we can defer to me on this as
Yes.
someone who enjoys porridge.
We're
and
gonna
red
defer
bean.
to you.
I would say the red bean porridge, it's pretty good. It's pretty good, but it's very simple. So if you're not into the texture, I think it's gonna be really hard to get over. The final soup we are trying is the abalone and rice porridge.
Like a fish porridge.
Yeah.
This is a porridge. This is for bears specifically.
I like this porridge better than the red bean porridge.
Same. It's still not for me, but like, it's better.
I think the texture problems that you were having are still present with this porridge.
Less so. There's some texture in the rice, there's some texture in the fish. It's a little saltier. It has like some flavor.
I think the fish is present, the carrots, everything's like, there's a little bit of sweetness.
Oh, that's what those orange things are. I was just like, what are those? I'll ask later. Carrots.
There is something creamy about it almost.
It's creamy, it's fishy. If you like fish porridge, you will like this.
Clearly I like this because I've just eaten my whole serving of porridge.
Yeah, you have. You were hungry.
I think the abalone and rice porridge, I think it's really great.
I'm gonna defer to you on this.
I love that. I love it when you defer to me.
I'm gonna defer to you. Oh yeah, you're like, I love being right.
I love being right, and I love it being the only one we consider. Yeah, I guess that about wraps it up. Honestly, this was, I don't think we had anything penalty box bad. We liked every H-MART soup made it onto the board.
Yeah.
And thanks Factor for sponsoring.
The Soup and Titty Show. That's soup, I'm titties.
Yeah.
Please subscribe.
Please subscribe. And yeah, thank you so much.
We love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.